All right. Welcome back to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Just kind of reflect on what we talked about real quick. We had AEW Dynamite review. We also had our Thursday Night Wrestling preview with Impact Wrestling and Ring of Honor. We also, talked about the results of NWA Power that was on the CW app. And then we recently talked about Jim Ross being admitted to the hospital. Hope all is well for him. Running out of time rapidly here, so let's go ahead and jump right on into our segment 4. Logan Paul, his title reign hits 200 days. Logan Paul, the YouTuber, the superstar, I think he's doing really well in WWE. Now, a lot of people, like whenever I do some videos and stuff like that, a lot of people do comment and they're like, that fake ass like wrestler, like that WWE. Like, dude, honestly, this guy isn't fake. But you are all entitled to your opinion by all means. But this guy, you can't help but to respect this guy and basically all he's doing for the company and stuff like that. So I don't know. Logan Paul is definitely a huge star in the WWE, and he doesn't seem to be going anywhere. A lot of people thought it was kind of like a publicity stunt to kind of help WWE kind of gain more followers because he has a huge presence on social media. Obviously, his brother Jake Paul is set to fight Mike Tyson in a boxing match that may or may not kind of be like a publicity stunt in itself. But see, like, look at the way I'm talking about it. I bet a lot of people kind of from the other shoe are looking at what the Logan Paul is doing right now in the WWE, and they're like, you know what, he's not going to last. He's not going to do that. And Jake Paul, I feel like, has kind of cemented his name and solidified his name as a genuine boxer. I know, like, these guys, like these famous YouTubers, and I feel like a lot of the times it probably could be jealousy, where people are like, man, I would have been the main boxer. Like, I'm way better than those guys. Like, and they go in their garage and start punching pumpkins and like kicking like doorknobs. I'm just kidding. But no, like, I don't know. I think a lot of people don't give these brothers the much due respects that they absolutely, deserve 110%. So like I said, he's not going anywhere. He plays a great heel. It'd be interesting to kind of see him as a babyface. He was a little bit when he kind of took on the bloodline against Roman Reigns. So I think when he first also got introduced, he played a little bit of the babyface role. I know he teamed up with The Miz, but The Miz is kind of like always forever, kind of like a heel. But no, honestly, I would feel like The Miz is like the perfect mix between a heel and kind of and a babyface. You know what I mean? He brought his amazing skills, his massive social media attraction, and just a different personality to WWE. Last year at Crown Jewel, Logan Paul defeated Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship. His time as champion, he said, and I quote, "Prime Hydration has grossed over $1.2 billion. That's a lot. That's a lot of money, man." He set to fight Cody Rhodes at the King of the Ring for the WWE Undisputed Championship. And a lot of people kind of compare him to like this generation's The Miz, which is possible, which is true. Obviously, kind of has that Miz it factor. LA, well, whatever, however, LA presence. Although he's not from LA, but it's just like I said before, I feel like people don't give him like a lot of the respect that he actually deserves, and I don't know. I just feel like he's kind of bringing prestige and value and attention to this United States Championship that has kind of been forever been seen as kind of like a secondary championship. There's kind of only a few, that kind of made the title kind of relevant. Kind of made people think otherwise of the United States Championship. And, a couple of people that I kind of want to bring up. I kind of have a list. I have a list of people that kind of did it over 150 days. So in 150 days, we have Damian Priest. We have him at 191. We have Bobby Lashley at 175. But Bobby Lashley has won the United States Championship on, multiple occasions. You have Andrade for 150 days, Shinsuke Nakamura 163, Sheamus 182, Dolph Ziggler 181, Daniel Bryan at 176. And, kind of moving on to people who have broke that 200 mark. You have, of course, Austin Theory at 257 days. But I kind of feel like that was kind of compensation for like, hey, like, I know you were brought in from Vince to be like, you're the next guy. You're Vince's next guy. And then kind of stuff happened to Vince and they're like, oh, dude, sorry. Like, what can we say? You can be the United States champion. If you want, we won't let you cash in successfully, but you can be the United States champion. You little go-getter, you. You are the best, don't you know? Austin Theory's the best. No, I'm just saying. But part of me says maybe that was like a little compensation for kind of Vince dipping out. And Triple H was like, you know what? Yeah, dude, you win the champion. You United States champion. But you also see Dean Ambrose. He held the title for 350 days. You had Cesaro 239, The Miz at 223, Shelton Benjamin at 242, Chris Benoit at 218, Rick Rude at 377, Lex Luthor, who's holding like I'm going back. He held it for 209, and he also had a reign of 552. But that was like way back when. But I'm not saying that their accomplishments or their accolades doesn't really matter. But I don't know, just and also guys that has held on to the title include names like Jimmy Superfly Snuka, Roddy Piper, Ric Flair, Sting, and Sergeant Slaughter. So honestly, a lot of famous names, a lot of names that you kind of realize that these guys did become WWE legends. These guys definitely were featured in WrestleMania main events, SummerSlam main events, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, you name it. I definitely think Logan Paul is definitely the real deal. I'm not saying that he's going to be a future Hall of Famer, but with the, kind of with the, hitting 200 days, it's a good start. It's a good start. Definitely love that for him. I, absolutely love the fact that he is, he's a true champion. He's a true WWE superstar. So haters gonna hate, but ultimately you can't help but to respect him. So yeah. So we're kind of running out of time. I got about 5 more minutes before you have my man Emran on for the soccer podcast. Make sure you stay tuned for that. But we have our Thursday night superstar spotlight. We're going to talk about the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. So hey, don't go anywhere.